Well, go on traders, Yardi Traders here again. So I got a special request from one of our family members, one of the viewers of the videos. So they want me to take a look at what's the next move for NEO. So if you recall my previous videos, maybe a week or two back, I had mentioned that NEO, if it breaks above $12, look at what will happen next. So I'm gonna jump right into that. But as per usual, guys, if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and give me the thumbs up if you want me to continue doing these types of videos. So if let's just recalling where we were at the last time. So I'd mentioned that, let me make the screen a little bit bigger. I'd mentioned that if NEO breaks out of this downward trend, and as I can see here, this is the top of the trend, almost $67, retested at 54 almost, and then it retested at 44 almost, and it was constantly on a downward trend. But look at what we're seeing here now, folks. Look at what we're seeing. At around this level, at $11-12, NEO finally has a candle, guys, a candle that has finally popped out of this downward trend. So what does that mean? That means NEO, despite all the good stuff that NEO is doing, despite all the geopolitical stuff, despite it's a Chinese stock, despite all of that, investors are looking to see if the trend is broken. And guess what, guys? The trend is finally broken. The downward trend is finally broken. So, not financial advice, guys, but I don't know about you, but once I see NEO start pushing back up, I'm loading on more. I had a baseline in terms of how many NEO stocks I had. So I was loading on more for the past couple of days. So let's zoom in and take a closer look, guys. So this is the weekly chart. I'm going to zoom down to the 4-hour chart. So as I'd mentioned before, NEO, once it maintains, doesn't go back down to the support at $9 or the support at $10, $9.50, $10. If it breaks the resistance at $11.99, $12, then you will see the stock starting to make a move, guys. So it retested the $12 a couple of times, tried to break through, false break, tried to break through. Finally, we got a full candle above the $12, guys. We got a full candle above the $12. So what do I think will happen with NEO next? So let me zoom back out a little bit. The next major resistance for NEO will be this old support. So this old support was around last year, maybe this is March, thereabout. March and May. So this support was formed at $13. Call it $13.94. Call it $14. $14 is the next major support, which is now our new resistance. Okay, guys, so just bear that in mind. $14. Let me zoom back in. So here's the $14 up here. That's the next major level of resistance for us. But before we can get to that resistance, there's a little resistance right here at $13, okay? Because it had tested this little resistance at $13, failed, came back down. So we're heading back to that resistance. As you can see on Friday, we popped through the resistance, we came back down. So let me go into a little chart I prepared for you guys. just to give you a feel as to where I think the stock or the stock will move within the next couple of days. So I have this on my little paint. I already have this all set up for you guys. So I took a screenshot of the chart we're just looking at, the 4 hour, and this to the right would be these broken lines will be the weekly periods. Okay, so if you look to the left here, what I've also done is draw a trend line based on where I see a trend line has formed. Okay, do you see that? This yellow line is where a trend line has formed. So I'm going to actually add that to the chart itself, but I'm going to use my pen to show you where I think the stock will go. So right now we're at 1271. So I'm going to use my green. So we're at 1271 right around here. So if we stay within this trend line, remember our resistance is at 13. So for this week, between here and here, for this week, we will see another pop up. Maybe to the 13. We need to get through that. But by the end of the week, we need to see the stock bouncing off this this little support here and going upwards to retest the $14. This is the $14 up here. Okay, and we have the 13 there. So remember, this is the $13 line right here. That's the resistance we're looking to go through. So with the knowledge that the stock has now come out of a major resistance, downward resistance, we should see volume coming up. We should see the investors coming in, and we should see the stock popping through. Here is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. This $14 resistance for maybe the next week is going to be a tough one. So we would want to see volume coming in, and we would want to see this trend line be maintained. Okay, so you may see, it retests up to the 14, and hopefully we get a pop through the 14. But if not, you may see a breakdown back to this level of 13 before it retests to go back through the 14 here. Or it could come down a little bit down to where it's at now before it goes back through to the 14. But ultimately, I think at the end of the day, we are looking to maintain this line here, this trend line. For now, we're going to watch and see what happens. We want to maintain that trend line, and we're looking for the major resistance at the 14. So, I would say between 13 and 14, that's where all the activity will be happening. Okay, so let me get back to the chart. So we can actually draw that trend line, and we're going to follow it. Between now and the next couple of days, we're going to follow it, guys. And I'm going to color this yellow. And we're going to draw the trend, copy this trend line to the bottom. And we're going to watch it as it moves for the next couple of days. Okay. All right, so that's basically what I have for next week and maybe into the following week. But overall, I think I have always said I'm bullish on the stock. I started buying the stock from it was $5, and right now I see it as a great opportunity for persons to get in, and look at how much it can run, guys. If you calculate, usually stocks would gap fill. Gap fill meaning that where the stock was, the stock is going to get back up there. So maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but it's going to gap fill back all the way up to 67. So if you do your calculations, this is around a little bit over 5 times where the stock is now. Okay, 5 times, guys, and that's just a gap fill. I'm not saying that this is where it will stop, but to get back up there, it's 5 times plus. That's over 500%. But we'll keep an eye on it, and we're gonna keep this journey going. So if you want to be a part of the family, as I said before, don't forget to subscribe and get the early notification, and remember to give me the thumbs up on this. So take care, guys, and have a great weekend.